In this lesson, your pupils will look in detail at the language that's used in a news report. Afterwards, they'll be ready to use it in their own writing. You might choose to use the informal report resource during the main activity. However, there are other options to choose from that focus on relative clauses and reported or direct speech. Choose what you want to focus on in this lesson, then print and copy the sheets that you need, or consider an alternative way to share them. This lesson also comes with a series of word banks called News Reporting Language. These will be helpful both in this lesson and as your pupils start to write the first draft of their own news reports. These could be added to your classroom display, or you can prepare enough copies so that your pupils can refer to them themselves as needed. And remember to check the core knowledge and skills section of the lesson plan. The starter activity will recap what your pupils learned in the last lesson as they look at some different opening paragraphs. Show the 5W introductions resource and ask your pupils to find the paragraph which includes the 5Ws and starts with the most important information. Once you have determined which of the paragraphs is the most effective, that's the one which starts with the who or what of the story. Explain to your pupils that it contains formal, concise language rather than the descriptive language that you might expect to see in fiction writing. Pupils can also refer back to the inverted pyramid planning sheet and use the 5Ws to write their own opening paragraphs. These are usually no longer than 2 sentences long and focus on getting across the most important information first. In the main learning activities, your pupils will recognise the formal and concise language of news reports. Then, they will apply some of these language features in one of the different activity options. Pupils identify the news report from the 3 examples by looking for the one that uses formal, concise language. Refer to the lesson plan for some questions which will help your pupils to explain their thinking. After some discussion of the language features used in the news report, take some suggestions of features you could add to your class's news reporting toolkit. The last of the main activities should be chosen based on the needs of your class. The lesson plan focuses on the informal report activity, but you might choose to focus on a different language feature, such as relative clauses or direct and reported speech. See the suggestions and resources in the extension activities. To finish, pupils will have the opportunity to use what they've learned to draft one sentence from their story. Once they've finished their sentences, invite them to swap with a partner and give feedback to each other. The next lesson will have your children use the structural and language features they've been learning about as they begin the first draft of their own news reports.